with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fencing brighter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye. I'm telling you goodbye. Yeah, yeah. Oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye. I'm telling you goodbye.
Duck, duck, go, found a pussy in a dollar bin. Guess you forgot your galana bin. Can't get loose, get your guts, got tongue again. Rope burn on your hand, are you numb yet? I can go into medication. Murder night, I can deal with it. Every night, I can make it like
Stood by your side through all of you cried for me. Get on your knees, apologize please. Now why don't you die for me?
They haven't set up their positions well, allowing cats. Oh my god! Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the late start. Have something, some stuff going on behind the scenes, but I think tonight the stream is going to be a lot more complete than yesterday, so here we go. If you're new to this stream, if you only started this stream, watching this stream, here it is, the Professionals Tournament. There are 2 stages. We are now in the group stage. All the games will be in the best of 5 series. Final stage, the upper bracket and lower bracket first round will be held in the best of 5 series. Best of 7 will be held for the bracket finals, and grand finals will be in the best of 9. The format is a double elimination knockout stage for both stages, and the brackets is seeded according to the Cups leaderboard ranking, and this is the seeding for both the groups. What it means by double elimination knockout stage is that whichever teams loses 2 games, then they will be knocked out of the tournament. The final stage upper bracket first round seeding is as follows on this shown on the stream. The group stage grand final you'll be seeing tonight, that will decide the placing of the first and second ranked teams. Here is the monetary prize. The top 4 will earn money. The first place will earn $3,500 US, second place $2,100 US, third place $700 US, and fourth place $400 US. Here are the maps. Group stage upper bracket final will begin with New Bay, Mayan Ruins, and finally Rockfield. Group stage lower bracket final would begin with Blessed Sands, Winter Mayanovka, and finally Oasis Palms. With the grand final, the maps being Alpenstadt, Helles, and Port Bay. We don't have a lot of time to go through what you'll be expecting for each map. I will have more time for the EU server though, and I think more stuff will be prepared. I think I will be more well prepared. I'm gradually getting more well prepared as the Professionals Tournament kicks on, so don't worry about that. We are now in the group stage finals that include the grand final as well, and tomorrow it will be the final stage first round, and I will be the only streamer streaming the Professional Tournament on the Asia server. Fujit will be joining Mnet in the Challengers Tournament, and the group stage final stage bracket final I will be streaming that with the grand finals. The grand finale you will find out. This is the schedule. At 7 o'clock in Hong Kong time, it will be the upper bracket final 51 past 7, lower bracket final and grand final 42 past 8. Time given as Hong Kong time or GMT plus 8, or that is the time in Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, the Philippines, I don't know about Western Australia. I don't know if they use daylight saving time, but China as well, and Mongolia, I suppose. So it will be very exciting games, and there is a 5-minute stream delay here as always to prevent teams from knowing the positions and the tanks of the other team. And the countdown to the first game is 5 minutes, so it can't go anywhere shorter than that, and otherwise I might join in the room way too early and you will be able to see what the enemy is going to take. This is RN's roster. Alpha is the captain of the team. We also have Dark 6, Tommy, Sagittarius, Tai-chan, Hungry Monster, T-Bag, The World, Zatku, and Iron Bread Tank. This is a Japanese clan, and they've so far been performing very, very well in the spring season. So I'm excited to see what they're going to bring into the table with E7 finally back. And that backwards, in the captain of the team, we also have Nuggies and Fries, Gamma, Ruler, Chromatrox, Uritard, Nitroglycerin, Pink Puffins, Alex, and Maddox. And I think they have been training a lot during the break between the Pro Skill tournament and also the the professionals tournament. So we will be very excited to see how well they're going to come up against RN, and this is not going to be an easy match for them totally. Finally, we have GV, quite a different team, I would say. We have Berlin as usual, the captain of the team, Tokyo, Officer, Yogai, Govinda, Stop Playing Blitz, Nomads, Nutbitch, also known as Yakuza, Q-Shock, 7 Star, and Capricorn. Noise, Mitsu. This is Mapbox jinxing teams here. This bot is predicting Feast to win ID 3-2, E7 to lose RN 1-3. Is Mapbox right about this, or will Mapbox jinx both Feast and RN tonight? We'll find out soon. Challengers tournament, Mapbox is predicting ECG a clean sweep against DER 3-0. NQE7, despite good start beating PGMT 3-0, they seem to come up short against DTG. And I will announce start guessing now the damage that is going to be done by the E7 team in the second game. Okay, so. So the guess will end after the first game. I would say end at that time. Right. So keep not after the first game, before the first game, so that the team, the people playing for both E7 and RN will not be able to cheat. So, before the first game begins, I would say end, and you don't have a lot of time to guess. So, the stream delay means the event has already happened 5 minutes earlier, so you should be given enough time to do that. So, if you want to donate to the stream, 3 ways that you could do so, and let's get into the room and see what both teams are going to do. Right, here we go. New Bay, it is. Map backwards. E7 going with a lot of clipping tanks once again. We saw that yesterday, and it worked to a huge extent. RN going for typical New Bay setup. Super heavies. I consider Ice for a heavily armored tank. I will group that with Mouse and also E100. They are not the same tank, however, not used for the same purpose, but the similar characteristics would be very good armor, relatively bad gun, and relatively bad mobility. So, RM with this setup, these tanks are well suited for city maps and maps like New Bay with very long and narrow lanes and a very closed area in the southwestern corner. I mean, northeastern corner is also somewhat close as well. Not a lot of lanes that you can put crossfire in. So I must say, RN, this is a typical lineup we will be expecting. But the problem is, if they don't have cap lead, this is where E7's Focus Light will come into play. If E7 get a cap lead, RN would need to rotate, and that would be hard. That would be hard because the mobility from our end. This is going to be something that RN needs to be careful of. They want a cap lead, but they have to expect, they have to make a rotation when they don't. But E7, a lot more mobility, and the clipping tanks, well suited when they don't have a cap lead, because when they don't have a cap lead, that means the enemies need to defend, and by defending, you might have to defend 2 caps at the same time, and that might inevitably isolate some tanks. Clipping tanks are very good in assassinating the tanks and taking tanks out very quickly. So 6 clipping tanks. If you get rushed by these tanks, then you're pretty much out of the game. So no sorries said by E7, obviously, but I expect them to actually get a cap lead, because RN, this is kind of the weakness here, the lack of mobility. So this is exactly what Galmo is going for now. He is going for A, and if in any moment I misgendered your names, then please tell me, and I will make corrections thereafter. Don't forget to like the stream as always. But C is going to be captured by RN very quickly. They have a lot of heavy tanks going in. Well, this means E7. I actually like the E7 lineup here. They have a lot of burst damage potential. If they don't have cap lead, they can find isolated tanks and shut it down. If they have cap lead, RN is forced to rotate very slowly, and they will be able to set their tanks up to hunt down the tank trying to rotate. So I think it's really E7's games to lose, but they also do not have a lot of hit point pool lead, because RN's leading by more than 1,000, and this is something RN needs to work with. This is the only advantage, I would say, and I think RN might want something different in the next one. Maybe taking the medium might help, but for E7, I think they just have to get information up, find isolated tanks, and it will be fine. Yes, Feast won last time as well, and it was not me predicting. It is the bot, Madbox. Okay, it is Madbox. Madbox is the one predicting, not me. Okay, I am not a robot, obviously. Madbox is a robot and only predicts through previous results, so it's not my fault if Feast got jinxed. So remember, I should have said end already. End! Stop guessing! Stop guessing now! Gosh. I hope we have enough people guessing though. We will be giving 3 battle... well, if depending on the number of people, we will be giving 3 battle passes in the first one. And I'm going to mark it. Right, so here we go. Hello everyone. More tanks are spotted, so E7 still figuring out how to rotate, because the hit points are still in favor of RN, but not by a lot. The caps are taking very slowly. Oh, that backwards got shot a little bit. It's getting B. But will that elicit a response from RN? Do note that they are very slow in the rotation, and if the world crosses, I think E7 Ruler is ready to put shots in, and RN, great trap from E7. But on the other hand, Knack backwards will be knocked backwards, because RN's forces are now pushing into Knack backwards, and Knack backwards is in a danger zone, but so is T-Back here. T-Back's the focus for E7. The clip potential is unleashed, and Knapback was going to go down very soon, but the problem now would be the Crown Vargans. A lack of DPM could be a big issue here. Nuggies and Fry is going to go down very soon, and for some reason I pressed the wrong button, and it is really low. Pink Puffin is trying to get out of this. It's trying to look for the world the world is going to be focused by Pink Puffins, but he won't be able to unleash his full clip. Chromatros is going to put a great shell into Zatku with Pink Puffins down by the world, and Dark Six and Tommy is trying to ram into Seven Ruler but couldn't quite do so. And now Seven Ruler has killed off Zatku. The hit points are still in favor of RM by quite a lot actually. Seven Ruler at this situation would want to run away. I don't think he will be able to hold on as long as he could. It's now 3 versus 3. We still have a full health IS4 and a full health the Dark Six and a full health Tommy. And the Dark Six ruler is now going to be focused for RN. Still very close to Gamma, still out of the fight. He's looking for the Brett tank, but the lack of DPM is a big issue here, and great job to Tommy for shutting down Ruler. The cap was still in favor of RN, but Gamma is capturing C. This is signaling RN to speed up with killing off Nitroglycerin, and that bounce could be the turning point for E7. C is now getting captured, and the Dark Six is spotted, but he's looking for Gamma. Glycerin is toying with Tommy. Tommy, will he be able to put up shell? Yes, it will be the rat tank doing so. Managing to survive by 2 bounces, Dark Six kills off the Vicky Slide, and that was a great start from our end. At E7, yes, better lineup in my opinion, but really the lack of DPM is starting to show when RN decides to rush. And I think after that, E7 needs to do some regrouping. Not necessarily the worst idea, but maybe, I don't know. I think there's nothing much E7 could do when all the tanks are now on a drum reload. With RN, with the armor a lot more effective and heavy. 5 tanks doing more than 2k E7, 2 tanks doing more than 2k only. And so far it is 1-0 to RN. Right, going to say hello to everyone. Hello Billy, hello Magumin, hello Bounced Oblets, hello Nomads. I'm going to see your chat. See the chat. We're on the second game of New Bay. RN's going for a completely different setup. They're ditching their red super heavy lineup. They're going for hull down setup, so we will be expecting them to go into the northeastern corner, but they are also taking no beams of light, so that could also be a problem, but less of an issue last time because these tanks have speed boost, so if they drop the speed boost they can go in very quickly. And E7, they're dropping the clipping tanks, only taking double crown wagons this time with Nat backwards, back in the thickest light. Ruler, Maddox, Pink Puffins, triple T125, double crab bargain by Yuru Tart and Nitroglycerin, Nuggies and Fries, IS4. Stop, he guesses. Unfortunately, if we only have 3 guesses, then all 3 guesses will get the battle passes. So do enter the giveaway. This is a little bit disappointing to be honest, but enter the giveaway. We need more people watching this stream. So that means all the 3 people who enter this giveaway will get the battle pass. So great job. No competition. But E7, Ruler and Maddox dropping some hit points already. I'm just going to double check. But RN seems to go for a push early on. Would that work? We'll find out soon. They are going in even deeper with Dark Six now. looking to shut down Pink Puffins and also Ruler. C is getting captured by E7, but RN got A as well. But the cap points will be in favor of E7 here. The hit points slightly in favor of E7. Alpha and that mouse, if E7 decides to rush Alpha, and Alpha might be in a very weird position. But anyway, he does not want to get too far from the rest of the team. So this is an understandable strategy, but it seems RN, their attempt to get aggressive seems to be thwarted, and E7 might be in for counter rotation if they want to do so, but they don't have to. They have 2 caps, RN with only 1, so pressure is on RN right now. They need to act quickly. The caps will take very quickly in favor of E7, and it's going to be RN that needs to make a rotation right now. If I were RN, I don't think rushing through the spawn would be a good idea. E7 has a lot of tanks there, and I think when you got spotted, and when you spotted tanks on E7, you know E7 would be looking to fortify their spawn. On the other hand, Alpha is spotted though, it's a mouse. So I would say try to do something on B. E7 is not looking heavily on B though. Oh, great shots into Pink Puffins though. Tommy might be in a relatively good position, but Nitroglycerin might be there to put some shots in. Oh, but E7, oh, I think there is an aggressive move right here. E7 is trying to counter push. Great job here. I think that was a surprise coming. Aaron, I don't think they are seeing this happening. And the focus fire from Aaron is tailing off a bit. And T125s are left with little choice but to pull back, retreat. But B is getting captured by I think the mouse Alpha. So that was good job by Aaron here. But E7 still with a very good hit point pool lead here. E5 is doing what they could to hold this area as long as they could. But the focus now, I have no idea. E7 stopped pushing now with Nat backwards, now trying to come from the backside. Alpha is coming in to support, and I think E7 has missed a golden opportunity to shut down the T125s here with Zartko now dead. But the mouse is now in. Alpha putting a good shell into Pink Puffins here. And Pink Puffins is dropping down. Oh, 479. Nat backwards is down, so they have dealt with their backguard. But the world is also dropping down. Oh, he didn't get started, so that's a good thing. Darks instead. I have Red Tank stands now 5 versus 4. With Alpha still relatively healthy, but the world bounces as well. Tommy is killed. And T-Back is still relatively healthy, but the Alpha tank would be looking to put a great shot into Baldox, and he does. The world is still holding, but Aaron has the high ground here. Great shot from the world into the ruler here, but I don't think Alpha should go down. I think he should stay upwards, but E7 will be looking to go for A. Alpha, the lack of DPM could be a problem. Great shot into Yuri right here. E7 needs to stop dropping unnecessary hit points. Nuggies and Fries getting out of dodge just in time. But Alpha, I think T-Bat needs to go for A. Great shot into Nuggies and Fries, but T-Bat needs to go for A. He's dropping down. Great job here. Taking no damage. Second game. It is second game, not the first game. So we're seeing the damage done on the second game. E7 second game. A still getting captured by Nuggies and Fries. Oh dear, E7 got A. T-Back is looking to shut down Nuggies and Fries. Still very close call. Alpha killing off Nitroglycerin. That is important. But let's head down to T-Back here. Is he able to kill off Nuggies and Fries? Nuggies is looking to shut it down. And 2 caps for E7. Still very, very tight. On the other hand, Alpha is holding off on his own. But time is running out for RN. They have to make a gamble here. They need to shut Nuggies and Fries down. Oh, just very, very tight. It is really, really tight. Will T-Back kill off Nuggies, or will be Nuggies killing off T-Back here? T-Back's going for C. That is going to be important, but Alpha is looking the wrong way. Ruler is going for B as well. E7 is trying to win by caps. Will it be enough? Alpha is going for C probably. And A's going to be captured by our end. Nuggies looking to land a shell into T-back, and that was a win for E7. Great shot. Anticipated well, and that was a very tense game. Indeed. Wow. Our end did it E7. E7, great surprise right here, but I think at the end, playing with the caps, gained 2 caps. Won them the game entirely. They also got the other cap as well, which is I think it is C. No, they got A as well, and I think they had 2 caps at the start as well. So the cap play from E7 is simply beautiful to watch. Right, how to join the giveaway? In the next giveaway. Okay, in the next giveaway, okay. It's second game, not first game. You're guessing the second game. You're not guessing the first game. I have to emphasize once again. I think it was said in the chat correctly. Let me double check if it's the case. Now we are on Mayan Ruins. I'm just going to check very quickly. I'll be back very soon. So, wow. I ain't going for quadruple 50B's Mayan Ruins. Very heavy map, but I wasn't expecting that many T125s at all. I mean, mouses at all. And the 100s. Just going to check. Is it second? Yeah, second battle, not the first battle. So remember, it's the first. We are not taking into account the first battle, but the second battle. 3 battle passes will be given the first one, and the next one will give 2 battle passes. Pink Puffins is back. We are seeing E7 Red Team South Spawn, double E100, an IS4 triple mouse, and a T135. RN, will that pay off? Quadruple AMX50B, an IS4 double mouse. 50B's main problem is the armor. I think DPM is not that low though. Not at least a lot higher than the Crown Vargans. So C is going to be captured by RN with the double 50Bs. And E7 with a lot more hit points. None of the teams are taking mediums or lights. I hate that. Come on, really need to give some love to mediums or lights. They are really good tanks in my opinion. I think they are, most of them are better than the heavies or TDs. No shade, but this is what I think when I play random matches, especially when the mediums or lights are able to influence the game more. To be honest with you. Pink Puffins in E100 with Nuggies spotted, but Natback was dropped a lot of hit points already in that mouse, so that's not ideal. RN is trying their best. They have a cap, so they just have to defend. E7 is the one that needs to make a call, needs to make a push. I don't think they can get A. RN simply looking to defend A, and B. They can get B. I mean, E7 can get B, but also RN is looking to shoot whoever's trying to go for B as well. But for A, we switch over to Marduk's perspective. A, you have the rock in front of you that you can side scrape. Yeah, I think YouTube, there was some kind of issues right here. Oh yeah, that is the job of the room moderators to, you know, unspam you. This is not something. We're back. Okay, we're back. Just a slight cut because I laptop suddenly, you know, shut down itself, and my computer got really slow. I hope it's still fine. It's still working. Great. Oops. So don't worry, we're back. But that also means I think my webcam. I'm just going to say, yeah, everything is working fine. So it's E7 going for B now. Oh, interesting. Okay, but RN is looking to put a great shot into Yuri. Yuri tries in deep trouble. One shot, and he's killed by Zatku. Great job there. But look at Zatku. Is going to be the focus for E7. This is going to be interesting to see. Zatku looking for. Gosh, I'm getting a little bit distracted here. RN is now putting all their forces onto Nuggies and Fries, and Nuggies and Fries now one shot. T-back kills off Nuggies and Fries. Ruler's dropping the reactive armor. It's now 4 versus 1 right here. On the other hand, E7 is now falling apart. Ruler is going to go down very quickly. Iron Red Tank, his full clip is now reloaded. Tom is going to run away. And Iron Red Tank is going to land that last shell onto Ruler, killing off Ruler. RM with more than 900 cap points here. E7, they have to kill a tank, but I don't think they can do so. Pink Puffins kills off, it's getting killed off, I mean, by Alpha. And that will give RN this game. This is how you play in the clipping tanks. Here we go. E7, none of the tanks doing more than 2k. RN, 4 tanks doing more than 2k. A great job in working with the 50Bs. Great cohesion, and they work together. And actually, they got aggressive with the 50Bs, and that is something that is really good about the clipping tanks. If you get aggressive, if you're the aggressor, then you're able to isolate tanks and kill them off very quickly. So you have to be in control when you're taking lots of clipping tanks, and that strategy paid off for RN, and they are now on a tiebreaker. I'm just going to see if I'm going to refresh the chat and see if it will refresh on my overlay as well. Oof, no point correcting them. Okay, so we are now on to the 4th game. E7 versus RN. RN, they are going with triple mouse. Apologies for a slight hiccup in the connection because my laptop suddenly decides to shut down temporarily because I put something on it. I think there needs to be something about that, and I don't have a lot of room on my table for some reason. I need a bigger table, but my room is very small, so I can't have a bigger table. So we are going to be seeing E7, double crown, double mouse, and triple T110E5s, RN, an IS4, triple mouse, double T110E5, and a Vickers Light. And Pink Puff is saying they have a... No, you now don't have a medium, come on. Get into a medium now. Really, I'm ordering you. You need to play in a medium tank. An RN. At least they have a Vickers Light, so I think RN is going to win this one, okay? Whichever team does not have a medium or light, I think they will lose. Because I really love mediums and lights, so I'm just joking, okay? So we're going with Dark 6 going for B. Unitard is spotted. And E7 is committing their forces onto C en masse. And would that mean E7 will get a cap lead and start? RN is not looking for A at the moment, but they could go into B at the same time. They have the mouses lined up for that move. Or maybe not, they're going straight past. Oh, Nuggies and Fries. They are rushing the mouse. They're going to be very decisive on that call. But E7, they need to make a move as soon as possible. I don't think Nuggies and Fries can survive for long, taking 800, but Alpha gets shot at as well. But Nuggies and Fries taking more and more hits than E7. They can't be slow in the rotation. They have to support Nuggies and Fries, or otherwise Nuggies and Fries will be eaten by RN. And you know they are tasty. You don't want to be tasty in this situation. And at the moment, E7 still with the hit point pool lead, but RN is going to get B. That will give RN the cap lead, and they will be able to hold now. It's going to be E7 that needs to make a move. And Tommy, it's going to be the main tank in getting the spots up and holding this area. E7, they have little choice, however. They don't have a medium or light, so they aren't able to flank from behind, to be honest with you. So I think RN is just pegging E7, and this is going to be very hard for E7 to break through unless they decide to rush Dark 6, which then will initiate response from the World and Alpha. And I think this is something really hard to figure out. I don't know, maybe I think Unitard and Pink Puffers would need to go back, rotate from the other side. Maybe they will have a better chance there. But RN, they're going to shut down the double mouse, going in to kill off the Dark 6. This would mean RN we need to get Nitroglycerin out, and he's trying to pin the Dark 6 into this hill there, into the staircase there. And Nitroglycerin is now taking the focus fire from RN. And RN kills, and the royal kills of Nitroglycerin. The Dark 6 follow very quickly after. The Crown Bargains have made a move, and now they're trying to shut down the T110E5s. The focus is now on Pink Puffins, I believe. Great HE shell into Pink Puffins. Great shell right here, but the world is in world of pain here. RN is now very, very low. Nuggies and Fries now dead, but great shot into Pink Puffins by the world, and Zaku dropping reactive armor. Great shot into Pink Puffins. It's now 5 vs 6, and the world is still hanging on by a tiny margin, and the bread tank bounced onto Pink Puffins. Not ideal at all. Great shot into Pink Puffins, but Pink Puffins needs to get out of this game. Maddox ramming into Zaku, but bread tank, that was a big bounce here. Teabag. Doesn't matter here. Bounce. Tommy killing off Pink Puffins means that RN will be winning 3-1 against E7. They are through to the next round. And capturing 2 bases proves to be very important here. Teabag doing 0 damage doesn't matter at all. So it's not his fault though. I don't think he can do much about that. You have to give credits to both Zaku and Alpha. I think RN just set up in a way that makes it very difficult for E7 to push. I think E7 pushing onto Dark 6, it's not a bad call. At one point they have more than 2k of hit point advantage, but I believe RN, they just anticipated what is going to happen. They know the Dark 6 is the weak lane. They have tanks to support, and unfortunately E7 are left with nothing much to do. And the lack of a medium or light here, I think it's showing very clearly that they really need that tank to flank from behind, and that could have eased a lot of pressure for E7. I think. And now E7 is going to join GB in the lower bracket final. Well done to RN. Guess the pen contest. No. Okay, let's look at the results of all the games. So far, Madbox got that prediction completely correct. So well done to Madbox. Madbox is really having a great day at the moment. And the Beast beating ID 3-2. 2 correct scoreline prediction. I think yeah. Oh dear. Oops. Where took the wrong right place. Oh, actually I got it. No, wait. Well, that was a mistake that almost got me, but it was not a mistake in the end. I just have to make it right in the next one though, and that will be fine. Oh gosh. Apologize. Ah, what's going on to me today? So Aaron is through, Feast is through. Let's look at the Challengers Tournament. And please tell me, ECG, what's the scoreline for you guys? It's going to be, drumroll, 3-0 against Sir. What's going on? Madbox is on fire tonight. How about NQE7 winning against DTG 3-0. Well done to DTG. Officially, Feast and RN are through to the top 4, but NQE7 are through to the final 4 as well. So well done to NQE7. So only one result wrong, but other 3 results are correct. So my goodness me, what a shock that is. Okay, so at the same time we have this is the Challengers Tournament. ECG are through to the Grand Finals. NQE7 are also through to the Grand Finals. Yes, RN wins. So congratulations. Well done there. we're back. The professional tournament. Fujit will be following ID versus HLV, and I'll be following E7 versus GB. And Barbox, we have to. I mean, we have to say that we have been blaming Barbox for very, very wrong reasons. But tonight, it has shown that Barbox is not bad at all. So stop blaming Barbox for jinxing teams. Yeah, I mean he jinxed DTG, but the other three results are completely correct. So I would say, stop saying Barbox jinxed teams. It doesn't jinx teams. On the other hand, it kind of really predicts stuff pretty correctly. So okay, so let's actually, while I change stuff up, we don't have a lot of time. We only have around 11 minutes left, so I think there is a time that you can watch the trailer, the client spotlight video for our end. So let's do that while I change stuff behind the scenes. I'll be back when that video ends. And we'll find.
Don't give up on me now. You got 500,000 eyes staring you to the ground. Don't give up on me now. You got 500,000 eyes staring you to the ground.
RN is back in the top 8 after missing out on the final Privy Skill tournament last season. They are looking very strong. They are a Japanese clan. They were known for finishing second in 2020 spring season. This season they were given more time to prepare, as the spring season was announced a few weeks before the start of the first tournament. This allowed RN to spend time trying different strats and play styles. In fact, you saw RN experimenting with different play styles to various degrees of success. Underestimate RN at your peril. When they go aggressive, they will be sure to focus down any isolated tanks. They have improved their personal skills massively this season, and they have scored a lot fewer bounces and missed shots. When they go defensive, they can hold on to cap advantage well and rotate when they discover weaknesses in the other team's setup. Versatility is the strength that teams should be scared about. Red team, blue team, it's going to be RN. So GB going with a Berlin the IS4, Knob Edge, Eddie Mouse, Double T22 by Yogang in that room, Triple T175 by Capricorn Dynams and Tokyo, and RN going with E50M by T-Back. Alpha in the Crab Wagon alongside the Dark Six and also the World Hungry Monster in the Crab Wagon Rome's Gang C. It's getting out for no good reason at all. I think he just lost the cap lead for GP with that move. But I think he senses some trouble right here. I think Yoga giving it without spotting anything. That could be a good move in the end actually, but Alpha is going for B as well. Oh, alright, I have to say it. This is a good move from Rome. Would have been very, very terrible indeed. 5 times against 1. You don't want to be in that situation, and I think in this situation, conserving your hit points is better. But they're down by 2 caps here. You know, RN has 2 caps. GV only has 1 cap. In this situation, GV needs to make a move as soon as possible. But I think they're trying to apply pressure over C now with D. E50M is a very interesting choice. I seldom see a good brawler, but when you're talking about holding, that turret armor can be let down because you will get panned by gold. It's tournaments. Load gold as you like. It cannot save for Ghost Shield, so that's not going to happen for these teams here right here. So we're seeing right here is going to be GB. Pinstering Alright right now. That could be an important move, but potentially double T22 is getting counter push by RN instead, and that it's backfiring them now. The T20s are now very low in health. RN, good response to the double T22s. It definitely backfired, and GB are now making a push on this side instead. I think that's a good response from GB, but would that save them from the trouble with the double T22? They're struggling to hold on, but RN absolutely, they have rotated back. With Tokyo actually the first tank down, Dynaps dropping the reactive armor tracked, Hungry Monster will be able to pull back safely. And it's going to be a case of World. It's now one-shot Capricorn's looking for that shell here. And Dynaps is now one-shot. He needs to kill. He needs a bounce. Oh no. Dynaps now dead. The world is now killed. And T-back is still really low. Actually, hit points are in favor of RM, but there are so many low hit point pool targets. With Hungry Monster now dead. Capricorn. He needs to get T-back. But he's able to get T-back. He does get T-back. It's now 5 versus 4. And Capricorn is now dead. 4 versus 4 it is right now. Yoga and Govinda is now a one-shot capturing B. And Nutbitch is in the mouse. And RN absolutely are focusing the mouse right now. He needs to kill off Alpha. And Nutbitch is now dead. 3 versus 3. RN still with Dark 6 and Tommy very healthy. And Birdie's going in without the support of the double T22s. But I think double T22s, although made a very bad move to start, they got 3 caps already, so the cap points are going to take very heavily into the favor of GB very soon. Brett Tank is now very low. He needs to survive. He doesn't want to get killed by Berlin. He's now one shot. Berlin's getting double tapped by both Tommy and also I am Red Tank. Tommy kills him off. The Dark 6 is now capturing B. They need to capture the bases before the cap points are taken back into the favor. They can't get C, and RA will still retain the cap advantage. D is now getting captured by RN. And RN, they still have time. Iron Red Tank needs to survive, and this is what GB's looking for. 405 versus 3,869 cap points. Is this still possible for GB though? Oh, Yoga Govinda's now spotted. Let's head down to Dark 6 and run and put a good shell, important shell into the Dark 6 with Yoga Govinda on one shot. He needs to survive, but Dark 6 is looking for Yoga Govinda. He is angry. You do not. Can you focus fire, says Berlin. The Dark 6. Oh, Yoga Govinda is looking for C. Oh, he's killed by Iron Red Tank. Oh no, that's a bad move from Yoga Govinda. Oh, absolutely not the move that Yoga Govinda wants to do in this situation. And C is now going to be captured by RN, and RN will be winning the first match by caps. There we go. Ooh. Here we go, and hello Italy, how are you doing? We have 3 tanks to more in 2K for GB and 4 tanks to more in RN. I think that wasn't a very coordinated move from GB. Alright, background, yes. Yeah, winter season, I love that wallpaper, so don't worry about that. My box has made the following predictions: ID 3-2 against HLV, E7 3-2 against GB, DCGTB 1-3 against Stir, and Cam 1-3 against DTG. Interesting call. Predicting DTG to make a comeback here, and also to make a comeback here. E7 3-2. Would that be an would that be a correct predictions? And ID 3-2 against HLV. That is also a bold call, I must admit. here we are. Okay, so once again, not a lot of time left, so I'm going to preview what's going to happen. Donation. Here are the links you can donate to me, so that's not the most important thing. We're back. Group 2 bracket finals. We are now on to the lower bracket final on the Asia server. Professionals tournament format, group stage, best of 5 series, and tomorrow, still best of 5, but the day after tomorrow will be, my goodness me. Okay, I type the name. Okay, so the bracket is seen according to the Cups leaderboard ranking. The first final seeding. Sorry. Nightbot deny anyone from entering the giveaway. What a bot it is. I'm sorry, I lost my. First place $3,500 US, second place $2,100 US, third is $1,100 US, fourth place $400 US. Lower bracket final. That's a Sands Winter Mayan off-cap and Oasis Palms, but I don't know if I could keep my laughter stored beneath. But group stage finals tonight, we are following the group stage finals. Upper bracket finals, it's been done. We're now on to the lower bracket finals in around 4 minutes, so let me get into the room before I forget. Well, that would not be fun if I forgot. So we're on to Desert Sands, E7 versus GB. We'll be on the red team and we'll be on the blue team. I hope the sequence is going to be correct. This is E7's team. That backwards is the captain of the team. GB Bird is the captain of the team. GB is a Vietnamese clan, and if you want to know more about them, check my spotlight videos on both E7 and GB in your own time. Obviously not now. The predictions is obsolete, so let's head into a room now. So there will be 2 winners this time. No, there will be 3. I did a math wrong. 3, 3, 4. Yeah, 3. And the last one will do 4. GV currently with Odessa Sands, Berlin in the Ice 4, Double T125 by Capricorn and Stop Playing Blitz, Nomads at the Vegas Light, Yoga Govinda the T22, Double Crown Bargain by Notedge and Tokyo. E7, we have Nat Backwards, T22 alongside Pink Puppets, yay! Medium tanks, yes! Triple T125s by Ruler, Matlox and Lucky Surprise, Double 50Bs by Nitro Glycerin and Uritat. If you haven't joined the giveaway, do it now. You have 2 minutes left to go. At the moment, we have 1 guess, I think, 2 guesses. Please enter. 3 guesses. Okay, we need more. You have to say your in-game name and server region. If you don't, your entry would not be counted. Second game. Predict the second game of GB. How much damage will GB do? Second game, not the first. Second game. So this adds a bit more fun. So Ruben, please type your username in also server, please. Hey, there we go. So, 1 more minute to go. If you haven't guessed already, start doing now. Desert Sands is quite a mobile map, so expect the overall damage to be somewhat lower because Desert Sands is a map where it's quite medium oriented, especially the brawls over to the desert side. Are lots of dunes. Really good for hold down tanks and tanks with good gun depression. Mouses, on the other hand, is not as good because going into desert side with mouse probably the worst. Probably not the best idea because you can get farmed pretty much from everywhere, and you don't want to do that. City side is a bit better, but also unlike the other maps where the buildings are high enough to make it a closed area, Desert Sands is not quite so. You only have that big temple like on the east side, and that's pretty much it. The small buildings, the mouse might be a little bit too tall to get shooting from, so expect no teams here to do to take a mouse. So unless GB surprises us with a mouse, then it will be a different story. We are talking about GB predicting GB, so we are actually it's actually E7. If they take a mouse, then things could be different. And stop guessing. If you guess now, your entries would not be counted. So please stop guessing. GV on the red. I got the right order. Smack it. GV red team heading somewhat of a combination between B and also A. Nomads. That is like split up pink puffins and nap backwards. Great spotting right here. Oh, also more spots onto the E7. Oh, but we're seeing a lot of action happening. Berlin crossing down the bridge. And E7 is getting B very, very quickly. And that really surprises me, to be honest with you. And GB to a bigger extent as well. But I think the double T135s, they are not there to cap a base. They are there to shut down isolated tanks. They have found Officer isolated now. And I think they want to get this tank out of the game as soon as possible. But GB has responded promptly. I think this has descended into pandemonium. Ruler is now dropping the reactor bomber and needs to focus for GB, but can they kill Officer quickly enough? Nitroglycer and Urital unleashing their clip into Officer. Urital with the last shell, he needs to put a shell into someone on GB. Anyone else would do, but it's a bounce there. But with Ruler now dead, it's now 6 versus 5. GV leading by a lot of hit points here. E7 strategy didn't quite work out in the end. I think they took a little bit too long to kill off Officer with pink puffins killed as well. I'm not sure if there was an ammo rack right here because it seems the hit points got stripped very, very quickly. And I probably have missed that. Yuri Tot is now very, very low. Yogai Govinda is now dead as well. Nuggies of Rice now a one-shot. Nitroglycerin and Maddox is holding. But 5 versus 3. I don't think they're able to make a comeback here. Nuggies of Rice now a one-shot. And he's killed by Nomads. With Nitroglycerin putting a great shell into Tokyo. Maddox is now one shot. It's a bounce. That's not a good bounce. Nitroglycerin killed. And that will leave Maddox, the last man standing. Berlin is crossing the train and kills off Maddox in a spectacular fashion. But the first game will go to GV. Great response there. IS-4 of Officer held there long enough. And E7 was, I think, the T135. Their positioning, they had to get a little bit better positioning when they're trying to push Officer, obviously. If they go past Officer and use those buildings to shield themselves, maybe they will save themselves from getting spacked a lot. Nap backwards didn't do a lot in the end. So great start from GV. 6 tanks doing more than 2k. E7, 2 tanks doing more than 2k. And this is not it. The next game is where You find out how many damage, how much damage people do. So far it is GB with a lead 1-0. GB now going with drop. I think they dropped a T22 or not. I don't know. E7 dropping a T20 obviously now. Triple T175s by Nat Backwards, Maddox and Nuggies and Fries. Triple Crown Bargains by Ruler. Nitroglycerin and Yuri Tart with Pink Puffers in the T22. GB double IS4 by Berlin and Officer Capricorn T175 Nomad Speakers Light. Yoga and Govinda T22 Double Crown by Nubitch and Tokyo. No keys here. No keys, okay? No keys. My volume is low, is it not? I'm going to check my sound settings here if I got knocked out by quite a lot. It seems fine. I think the volume is fine. Maybe it's just your fault. Here we go. Alright, so GV. Now, with this kind of setup, where would they go? And E7. Let me double check. Right. Scoreline, right overlay. So everything is fine and dandy. So let's head up high, shall we? GV, red team, south spawn. This time they are not committing any tank into B. E7 dropping the speed boost, all going to the desert side, but Nomad's getting the spots up. That's going to be very, very important. You can see E7 sticking very close to the red line, but can't quite get themselves unspotted while crossing. While GV are spared from getting spotted, I believe. And they are not taking any hits. Yuri took a hit, but that's very minimal because they still have the hit point pool advantage. And it's really down to the focus fire on the desert side, and the Pink Puffins is going to get some more spots to swear up Berlin. I think GB and E7 trying to approach this a lot more, kind of carefully. The Pink Puff is going to get A because GV, their tanks are quite defensive. But they're also putting tanks. They might be flanking the Nomads and Yogai Gavin. The Nomad spotted though. E7 knows that GB is going to make a flanking movement here. They need to find out a way. I think they have to act quickly before GV's forces are able to pincer them. And we can follow Nomads for a moment here. He's approaching this still very carefully, but oh, Maddox! Heavily smacked, perma-tracked. His track is fixed, but his ammo rack is damaged. The hit points are now in favor of GB here, and Maddox is is going to be out of the game pretty much the entire team. Now, officers coming in, they do not want to drop unnecessary hit points, but they've dropped enough hit points so that E7 now got their hit point pool lead back. E7, they might be on the cusp of getting pincered though. Great call for Nomads and Yoga Govinda for running away. But will GB have crossfire? But we are seeing action happening over to this side here on C. They are looking for Nuggies and Fries. Nuggies and Fries is now pulling back, but focus now on Tokyo. Tokyo is the first time down. Yurita kills off Tokyo. But this is very chaotic with Nuggies and Fries also low. 7 Ruler now low. And he's taken out with Meadows going to be taken out next. Capricorn getting eviscerated. It's now 5 versus 5 here. No idea what's going to happen next, and it's all down to focus fire. No Yoga Givina is coming in support, but Officer coming into the forces of E7. Would that be a good call? But equally, Yoga Givina is coming in to shut down 7 Ruler here. He's now killed by Officers. Now 5 versus 4. The hit points are still neck and neck. They have to kill off tanks. Both teams need to kill off tanks. Yurita is going to be down and is killed by Berlin. Great drop here, but Nomad's kill. That was an important kill right here, shutting down light tank. But it's now 4 versus 3. The guns are in favor of GV. the hit points are also in favor of GV. GV are doing better in finding out tanks to isolate and shutting down those tanks here. Nitroglycerin now killed, and that means E7. They are very close, and they are going to lose this one probably. Nat Backwards is now down, leaving Pink Puffins the last person standing. Yoga Govinda bouncing onto Pink Puffins, but I don't think that would matter too much. Pink Puffins is going to go down to GV's forces, so well done to GV. So here we go. Nutbitch, 4 tanks do more than 2k, killing 6 tanks in total. E7, 3 tanks do more than 2k, only killing 3 tanks in total for the clan. E7, I think they kind of struggled a little bit during the mid-game phases where head points are neck and neck, but GV did better in shutting down isolated tanks. They are more decisive than E7. I think this is the main difference here. We're on to Winterby Northka. E7, they need to win 3 games on a run, and that means they are receiving a lot of pressure, and if GV wins this one, they are through to the grand finals, and that game would decide which team will be the first ranking team in the group stage. GV are on the cusp of getting a top 4 position, and on the other hand, do we have we don't have any results here because it's only 2-0 for both 2-0. It's only the 3rd game we're going to be streaming, so I don't think there will be any results coming in soon. Madbox shouldn't exist. Well, Madbox got 3 correct scoreline predictions early on, and it's on course to jinx E7 here. There we go. Triple Crumb Bargains by several Uritard, Pink Puffins, Nitroglycerin, Mouse, Double T175s by Nuggies and Fries and Maldogs, Nat Backwards in the Vickers Light, GV, Double Eyes 4 by Officer Berlin, Tokyo Kran, Double Mouse by Capricorn and Knob Edge, Yoga Govinda, T22 Nomads in that Vickers Light. E7 with Nat Backwards going into way. GV also, and also E7 probably going to see. B cap might be also contested as well. Think there will be a lot of action happening on C very soon. Let's follow Nuggies and Fries for a moment here. Some shots has been done. Trading wise is equal, fair and square. Nat Backwards still in that position to spot tanks near A, but I don't think he got anything out of that, so I think he will get into A. Capricorn and Berlin taking some hits. Nuggies and Fries got tracked, but he fixed his tracks just very quickly enough. But he needs to be careful not to get tracked once again, because it could be disaster. And so far, Nitroglycerin holding on. But Nomads in this position, I think he wants to get some crossfire, but Nat Backwards sports up Nomads. Has to be careful though. It could get down into 1 versus 1 quickly soon. Nat Backwards is running away, which I think it's safe call. Considering they have hit points, they do not want to lose any tanks early on in the game. Particularly, we are talking about the Vickers Light. Seven Ruler going into C. Oh, they're going for a big push here. I think that could work for E7. 5 tanks to 2. Oh, GV needs to make a response quickly enough here. Berlin's going to go down really soon with Nuggies and Fries ramming into Officer doing more than 100 damage. Peng Puffins is going to reload his second clip, killing off Berlin. At the same time, Officer's trying to run away, but under the madness from E7, I think this is going to be hard. Maddox's perma-tracked. This is not good for E7 for Maddox, but he fixed his tracks just quickly enough. E7 leading by more than 3,000 hit points, and they are having one more tank in the battlefield. Capricorn's going to be really low. They can only focus the mouse in this situation. The mouses have fewer hit points, and Capricorn's now one shot. They cannot bounce their shell here. Nuggies and Fries kills off Capricorn with Nuggies and Fries pulling back. It's still E7 leading this one. Knack backwards is now getting rushed by Nomads, but unfortunately he can't climb up that. Oh, poor little fella here. But it's going to be 2 versus 1 for both against Kramwagen and against an up edge, meaning Knack backwards is going to run around in circles, toying around. But Nomads kill off Knack backwards, meaning it's now going to be 4 versus 5. Nuggies and Fries on an ammo rack. He's killed, removed from his agony. Yuri Tart is going to wait for the second shell to load. No, he's not going to wait for that. Nomads is running around, crashes into a building. No people are harmed during this crash. So Nomads is now a one shot with E7 Nitroglycerin looking to put a shell into Yoga and Govinda. Nomads is now a one shot. Battle is going to put a shell potentially. Nomads is killed. Peng Puffins with Nitroglycerin killing off Yoga and Govinda. Game on. It is 1-2 for E7. Great job. Great call right there. That, I think G7 GV didn't predict that at all. Brilliant stuff. Whoever made that call deserves a pay rise. That was really good job right here. 5 tanks to 1-2k. GV 2 tanks to 1-2k. We are now on to the 4th match. Winter by Novka. It's still match point to GV, however, but they're closer to getting knocked out. No, but they're closer. What am I even saying? GV is closer to getting the top 4. E7 could spoil the party though. Happy World B Day. Ah, I don't know. Tonight is the World B Day. Yep, you win by being the closest. And being bang on, that's the same thing. So, GB, double eyes falls by Berlin Officer. Capricorn in the mouse alongside Nubitch. Nomads, Vickers like Yoga Govinda, T22 Tokyo, Kramwagen. E7 Nap backwards, T22 double Kramwagen, 7 Ruler, Chromatrox. Nitroglycerin in the mouse, double T125 by Yuri Tart and Nuggies and Fries with pink puffers in T22. So we are seeing 4 mediums of light. Hooray! Yes! So, gone are those 7 heavy strategies. The medium and lights are the new meta here. So, I love to see that. We are on to that game on Wintermanovka, and who will come on top? Please don't DM me while I'm streaming, thank you. Unless it's my moderators, then maybe I'll come back and I'll check through the stream. But any casual chatting, I will not be doing that. GB with Yoga Govinda and Nomads going into a E7 this time, heading mostly to A, so that's always a good thing to see. Nomads going to get a lot of spots up in that Vickers light spot up that backwards, crossing into the corner. Oh, lucky him, didn't get a shot. He will be getting this corner here. That is going to be ever so important. Great shot into Yogayavinda. Was quite worried for a while whether he will get a shot. But Yogayavinda try and get out of dodge. But E7 on the other hand is losing hit points with Yuritart. Crossing and losing hit points at the same time. 7 Ruler. Great shot into Capricorn. But the hit points are in favor of GB at the moment. Nitro Glycerin is coming in. E7 is punishing GB for their positioning here. So that was a great start for E7, but not the best start, however. They still are quite close in hit points with GB though. Yogayavinda takes a double tap. It's now down to a one-shot potentially. And that is going to give E7 a comfortable lead in hit points and maybe in guns as well. I think that also kind of, you know, got GB a little bit confused, discombobulated. And the double IS4 was really the weak point. I really would suggest E7 to push on and to shut them down. But I think they are approaching this one very slowly. And I like the tempo that is being put out by E7. They really do not want to go too quickly. They want to chip away more and more hit points here. The focus fire is not the main priority here. Main priority is to shut down ice of the tanks with Ruler going into the backside of Berlin. Great shot into the backside of Berlin. Berlin is now in loads and loads of trouble here. But there are shots from both Officer and Tokyo, but can't quite shut down 7 Ruler here. Officer's now going to be next tank down, with Krobatros going to land a shell into Officer. Nitroglycerin in that mouse. He's toying around with Capricorn, but Yogayavinda and Nutbitch are both very low. E7 with 7 tanks still. They're looking for Tokyo. 7 Ruler is there. Oh, I think GB is in deep trouble now. Nitroglycerin is going to be taken out, but he's in a mouse. GB focusing the mouse will be good indeed. But what can they do other than that? Nutbitch is now dead. Yogayavinda is going to put a killing shot into Nitroglycerin. He does. Nuggies and Fries. And that's T110E5 dropping the reactive armor at a good time. And 336 it's going to be tiebreaker. Nuggies and Fries and Yuritart. Reactive armor pulling backwards. Chromatrox still very healthy. And so is the double T22s to my surprise here. Despite that backwards taking a big hit there. But now Capricorn's dead. Yogayavinda is dead, leaving Nomads the last person standing. He can't run away. He got trapped. And poor little fella. He's trying to run away, but Nat backwards makes sure that won't happen. 2-2. It is. Here we go. 2 tanks do more than 2k. E7 6 tanks do more than 2k. Absolutely fantastic. 7 kills in total. I think punishing GV for their positioning. It shows signs of GV's weakness back in the games against ENT. We know what happened to ENT. The last game is always the most ruthless, the most brutal. Would that be the same for E7? We will find out soon. But E7 are on the cusp on securing a top 4 finish. Will Madbox be right and predict E7 to win 3-2 against GB? GB is now going with double IS4s by Berlin and Officer, double T110E5s by Capricorn and Yogayavinda, Nomads in the Vickers Light, and Nubitch, Mouse, Tokyo, Kranwagen. E7 double Kranwagens by Chromatrox and Nitroglycerin. Nap backwards in the Vickers Light, double T110E5s by Yuritart and Nuggies and Fries, Ruler, IS4 and Pink Puffins in the T22 medium. Yes! Yo. I don't know. What did you do? One of you guys got 17,251 damage. That was pretty close, so well done. There. So here we go. final game. Well, it will be a heartbreak either way. Will that heartbreak go to GB, or will that heartbreak go to E7? Well, this is Palm's very open map. GB going for a relatively heavy setup, so you'll be expecting them to go for A and B. Meanwhile, E7, slightly, not slightly, quite the opposite. They're a lot more mobile, but that will also mean their armor is not going to be the best. So they have to be careful of that. So they will be going for C. This is, I think, what I think you will be expecting as well. Let's head down to Knack backwards. Will he be able to get some shots up, spots up? Tokyo is there. Will be able to shoot Knack backwards if he's not careful enough. Knack backwards is going to go for C. 2 tanks there, but GB got in A more quickly. But Ruler is down in the middle. Oh, Nomad spotted, but the shots can't connect. E7 got C just a second later. GB got A. They have the cap lead. They can defend. I think they have better tanks to defend. E7, it's going to be hard for E7 to rotate. I said as always, rotating from C to A. Really, the buildings there will block any spots here. So Ruler is going to hold down. Great shot into Nomads. All E7 needs to do is to chip away the hit points of GB, and they do not want to lose any unnecessary hit points. 7 Ruler needs to play this one very carefully. Splash onto 7 Ruler. That is a warning sign for him. On the other hand, Nuggies and Fries looking for B. You retard. I don't think he is forcing anything here, but E7 GV, they can absolutely rush 7 Ruler as a surprise move. If that is done by GB, I think they probably could win this one. If they hesitate, they will lose. But absolutely, they don't have to make a move. They have cap lead. E7 does not. So E7 needs to make a move. Pressure is on to E7, really. And GB is just hiding behind A, as expected when you are defending a cap lead. And B is also getting notice of by Nubbage. It's going to be hard for E7 now. They have done fairly well so far in trading, but they are still down by a gun. Oh, great, a shot worth of damage. But now, GB has taken some damage, which means E7 are leading by caps. No, by hit points. I always confuse these two terms. And GB still holding. 7 Ruler still holding. Nap backwards trying to get a spot. It's a great shot into Nut Edge here. E7 is gradually applying pressure. If they keep this momentum up, that would be a great advantage for them. But at the moment, hit points still neck and neck. It's still a very close call. No idea what's going to happen next. But I think E7 is setting up for double push on both flags at the same time. I think it will be initiated by both Nitroglycerin and Uretard first, because both Chromatrox and 7 Ruler are quite close to the enemy tanks. They have got quite a lot of information already, so I think E7, they have to start making a move sooner or later. The cap point is going to take into 700 point territory, but only one kill will swing the hit points in favor of E7. But you do not want to risk too much at this point. The top 4 money is on the line here. 7 Ruler may be able to put a shot into Nut Edge. Great shot here. Nomad's taking a hit as well. E7 leading by more than 1,000 hit points here. And GB's now going to make a push onto Chromatrox and Ruler. And E7 will need to make a move now. GV is going to kill both Chromatrox and Ruler very quickly here. 1 kill will do the job for GV here. And I don't know, Chromatrox and 7 Ruler, are they able to survive quickly enough? And I think they need a tank on A as well. But 7 Ruler is getting crowded in. And he's going to be the first tank down for GV. And all 3 caps are now getting taken care of by E7. E7, they need to kill off Nub Edge, and Chromatrox still very healthy at the back, near the enemy spawn, but that backwards trying to run away. GB's trying to go for C as well, but 2 caps compared to only 1 for GB right now. Great job to E7 up getting 2 caps, and Tokyo is going to be going to get a cap slot here, but now backwards have joined Pink Puffins and Yuritart in trying to get Tokyo. E7 is looking really strong here. Yuritart on the reactive armor. Pink Puffins trying to put a shot into Tokyo, but Burn is killed, which means E7 is through to the top 4. GB is out after leading 2-0. Oh my goodness me. E7. Fantastic movement, and GB, I think that was a good call, but they should have probably 1 tanks left on B probably, because what they did in the end, they left B captured by E7. Great call to capture C on however, but allowing E7 to cap B, that was the major mistake from GB here, which means GB, winners of the winter season, are officially knocked out of the spring season. E7 are through to the top 4, and the next match we're going to decide which team is going to get the first place. Well done. No, Yogain is from Vietnam. Imagine chatting to people on YouTube, on Discord about, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. And here we go. E7 3-2 against GB. Badbox is on fire tonight. Next, what will be the results of ID versus HLV? HLV is knocked out, winning HLV 3-0. What a turnaround for ID. HLV winning 3 pure skill tournaments, got knocked out, not in the top 4 once again. And they're going to be joining Feast in the top 4. So what a turnaround for ID it is, getting the final spots in the previous skill tournament on the final previous skill tournament in the top 8, I mean, and they are now officially in the top 4. So that was a big comeback from ID here. On the other hand, GB joining GB getting out. The winners, the previous 2 winners of the winners of the Asia server in the last 2 seasons are officially not in the top 4. The top 4 for you guys, Feast, ID, RN, and E7, and we will have a new winner this season in the on the Asia server. Who will it be? We'll find out soon. Challenges. Der has won against DCGTV 3-1. Is that the exact score? I think so. DTG is still playing against Cam1. Cam1 winning DTG 3-2. So well done to Cam1 and DTG. That was a valiant effort. Winning against Cam1 3-0 at the start was a very great start, but then Cam1 got their revenge, and that game was a lot more important. But DTG will be bowing out without any regrets. Actually, no one predicted DTG to actually get into a very good slot, especially getting into the top 3, into the top 16. So I would say DTG tried their absolute best, but couldn't quite overcome the final hurdle. So I'm going to generate the challenges tournament bracket. And DTG2B, despite coming into the top 16 without getting into any of the Pro Skill Tournament final stage. They managed to finish in the 13th to 14th position, so that's also very great job indeed for DCG2B. But the final 4 teams in the Challengers Tournament will be ECG, the NQE7 and Cam1. So I suppose the next game is going to be in 16 minutes, so that means it's 42. Yes, I got the time right. This is the challenges. ECG, will be in the grand finals. EQ, then QE7 versus Cam1, and voila! And not 2 correct predictions, correct scoreline predictions, and another right outcome. So far it's 6 out of 8 correct predictions. So that means 75% correct guess rate for Mapbox. Better than yesterday actually. But already 5 correct scorelines. That was insane. Wow. The next giveaway will be held very soon. So once again, and we have time we have time to wait. So you know what? Let's actually watch Feast trailer.
Don't give up on me now. You got 500,000 eyes staring you to the ground. Don't give up on me now. You got 500,000 eyes staring you to the ground.
Feast is one of the contenders for the top spot this season. They first started in 2017, and their first series tournament participation was in 2018 in Twister, which they won that year. From then, they have managed to get into top 4 every season except 2019 spring season. Last season, they fell short to GV, but they demonstrated tenacity. Despite their success, they change their roster every season. This season, they have players from India, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Hong Kong, the Philippines, South Korea, Australia. The players, students, and some work. This, alongside time zones, make it difficult for them to train together, and they train 1 to 2 times per week. Consequently, they lose a lot of games during training sessions, but it does not bother them at all because they are also trying and using a lot of different strategies, and they are improving their teamwork at the same time. That is the key ingredient to Feast's consistent top 4 placing every season. Their expectation is to perform much better than 2020 Plus Asia Cup. With the experience they possess, you do not want to fall victim under their disciplined teamwork. They are also unpredictable, so do not write them off just yet when they are taking tanks on some maps that nobody expects them to. Tiebreaker, who is going to take home the second previous skill tournament? Suddenly, Feast sprang back to life. So Feast are going mostly to A, meanwhile RN is going mostly to C, and always the North spawn has an advantage with caps, and RN is making use of that, getting hold of C very quickly. Lost issue is better this time. And Feast are only able to get A thereafter, but it isn't going to. I mean, it's not always a bad thing if you are down by cap points by a tiny wee bit within one tank of killing. And this is the case because RN are just only leading by around 40 cap points, and Feast they just need one kill to swing it back to their favor. And RN is the one that needs to defend. And B will be the cap that they want to defend. C is like within their reach. So all eyes will be on B in here, and Feast, I do not think that they would want to go for B because this is where RN is going to put all of their guns on. And Feast, they will really want to rely on F Silver. Let's follow him for a brief moment, get the information up, and Feast will be working out where to rush. And because both teams only have one cap, the cap increase speed is not going to be quick. F Silver tried to put a shot into Dark6. He spotted, however, will Dark6 put a shot into F Silver? I don't think so. It's a miss, obviously. And F Silver is trying to put another shell into Dark6, but I don't think it will be successful. The Dark6 now going back. Feast has chipped away a little bit of the hit points of RN, which is boding them well for now in the rotation. And I think Feast would know that RN might be looking at their spawn. So at Feast spawn, so will Feast try to rotate from Feast spawn? Look at RN with those guns onto Feast spawn. So Feast, I'm not sure if they are looking to rotate somewhere else. It seems they are rotating back to their spawn, and it's now taking into 600 point territory mark, and it's going to be really tense very soon. RN is totally prepared for that. RN, Tommy spotted, and he's asking for help. Sleeping Lion Hong Kong in that spot. I think he is looking at Tommy, so he can't do anything for that. And B, look at hidden surprise coming for B. But if that's the case, that would mean RN would divert their attention to B instead, meaning the other side Feast can push through. Is that the case here? We're seeing, I think that could be the case. So let's head to James spawn for a moment and see if they can catch RN off guard. RN's now down by more than 1k. B is now going to be captured by Feast potentially, but look at James spawn dropping the reactive armor. This is going to descend into pandemonium very quickly. RN has to make a counter push. Now, I think they might be ignoring B for now, but they put the shots on the wrong tank. Shugemuga actually got B for Feast, and James spawn is trying to get out of this, but he on a reactive armor. And this is still really close to Kotai. The first tank down. James Bond is on fire, and that means James Bond is now dead. Tai Chan are going to go down really quickly. A Bifrost reactive armor, that could be a good thing because Bifrost can absorb quite some hit points here. And RN, they don't have B, they only have one cap compared to Feast with two. RN needs to be really quick with killing off tanks here, but Feast are dropping hit points left, right, and center. C Park is going to be the next tank down, but B is still not getting captured though. RN needs to kill off the tanks. Alpha is now dead. With C Park now dead and RN, they need B. They desperately need B. Feast now 905 cap points. If they lose the Dark6, this is going to be very tricky for Feast. For RN, I mean. And now 985, 990, 995, and it's going to go to Feast. This game, it is for... Oh my goodness me, that was so tense. Oh man. Yeah, it was triple lag. I apologize, but what a game that was. Feast. Getting B is really important here, but it's not like they are committing everyone to B. They have a flag with Born James Bond right there, but that kind of failed actually with Feast
kind of pushing the line of guarding, defending B. That was so important. Our end seems to forget about B, and since both teams are training very equally, that capture on B made all the difference right here. So what a game that was for both RN and Fees. So congratulations to Fees. It is going to be Fees taking home that victory.
Okay, we're back. Madbox has made the following predictions for the next 4 games. Feast is predicted to win ID 3-2. Once again, I think it's the same prediction as the first time, isn't it? E7 is predicted to lose RN this time 2-3. Not 1-3, so there is a scoreline change right there, probably influenced by the win against GV here, and also the maps are different here. ECG would be predicted to win the 3-0. Still a clean sweep, and Madbox is having no empathy for the here. Cam 1. I don't know why Madbox hates NQE7 so much, but Madbox thinks Cam 1 is going to win NQE7 3-1. I have to double check whether I got the NQE7 scorelines correctly, because that seems a little bit weird to me. But you never know. Yeah, it should be right. I just double checked. It should be right. So it's Madbox's fault for having hate onto NQE7. I think NQE7 will hate Madbox now for keeping jinxing on them. So that means in this case, Madbox is predicting Feast to face E7 in the upper bracket first round for the final stage, and RN to face ID in the upper bracket first round. Will it be the case? What's that? XDDDDDD. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me say hello to everyone, every single one of you. So, I'm going to get into the room soon. The room should be up. RM versus E7 on Alpenstadt, it is. Okay, let's say hello to Mutsu. Hello to Mutsu once again. Hello to Oops. Hello to Magamin. Hello to Saksham. Hello to Gushang PR. Hello to Maxiu. Hello to Jeff. Hello to EL. Hello to Spartan. Hello to all the Mummy Milkers. Hello to any more Ruben. Hello to Alex, hello to, yeah, hello to everyone, hello to Aurelius, hello to Lunchbox. Oof. No, it hasn't ended yet, there is still one more to go, I believe. That's right, so once again, let's go to lounge. This is Challengers group, and no, don't guess that, Magazine. This is the professionals group. Bridget will be following Feast versus RN. I'll be following RN versus Feast versus ID, and I'll be following RN versus E7. Okay, here we are. Change. Right,
I thought Musu changed his profile pic into Nightbot profile pic. It isn't the case. Wait, you can't predict 11,800 to 8,000. Do you mean 18,263 damage kind of mark? I think you got it. I think that was the typo there. So here we are, RN going with a triple T125 by Tommy, Iron Brett Tang, and Zatku. T-Back and Vickers Light. The Dark Time, the IS4. The World in the mouse. I can get your names. Alpha in the T22 is the Dark Time. The Dark 6. Come on. Map backwards. T125 alongside Nuggies and Fries. Kramwagen, 7 Ruler Chromatrox, Nitroglycerin, and Pink Puffins with Gamma and the Vickers Light. Oh, Pink Puffins changing into D100. Noise. Don't worry, I will announce all the winners after tonight. What is that IGN from XD? No wonder why Nightbot is shutting you down. E7 going with a VK 72.01k. This is an interesting choice. You don't see that often. The gun is nearly the same as. Well, I still have some tea. I'm gonna drink some tea. Big gun, relatively inaccurate. Armor is not. Armor is also better frontally because you don't have that turret range that of E100. But if you angle slightly, you might be getting shots at. It's not the best tank for side scraping, however. E100 would be the better tank for that. Absolutely, you can angle your turret so that you will receive some bounce, but Gamma, because like double Kramwagens, Ruler, Chromatrox, and that backwards in the T175. Low is gone. Some of them went to ECG. So thank you, Mutsu, for featuring entries. Thank you for your job done. I don't think that they disband. Some of them went to ECG, that's what I know. But 3 seconds left. Time's up! Stop guessing! Stop guessing! And we're on the first game on Uppercut, and yes! Dark 6. No, not sure why. Not sure why I'm mentioning that name again. But E7 versus RN. Uppercut. This is going to be the game. That's not so important. It's not going to. Both teams have already secured money. So it's $400 US at least, if I remember correctly. So it's all about the seeding for tomorrow, and really I think this is just training. Nothing much too important, but always good if you could get good seeding. T-Back at the Vickers Light, getting spots up, but couldn't spot anyone going into C. If I were him, would have gone into this spot. Great spot to spot tanks trying to go into C. This is what I learned from Maddox, so credits to Maddox for showing this to us. But X-Gamma going into C as well, capping at the same time with Nuggies and Fries, but that won't help because Aaron got A more quickly than E7 does. T-Back trying to get some shots in, but nope. Didn't connect. Oh, through 4 tanks spotted. T-Back getting the information he will run away. No reason for him to stay behind. Chromatrox taking a hit there. Nuggies and Fries taking some hits as well. Gamma and Ruler also spotted now. RN is going to rotate. Iron Brett Tank has rotated back to his spawn. And he's going to get some shots in. Ooh, the Dark 6 receives a big shell from the E100 VK72.01k. E7 is trying to apply pressure on Iron Brett Tank. He's pulling backwards, but if E7 decides to push in, they will come under the crossfire of the other T110 E5s. So where is down there? I'm a bit worried.
He will spend some time climbing back up, so not sure if that's the best idea from our end. The hit points are now in favor of E7. Chromatros receiving a big hit here. Zatku is quite low, dropping the reactive armor. Permatract, but that's fine. He's now at the back. Chromatros is still very low. Tommy's ushering. The Alphas keep on moving, but both Gamma and Napback was trying to shut down Zatku, and he's the first tank down with Tommy looking to shut down Chromatrox, and he's the next tank down. Tommy, the turret almost hit Nuggies and Fries. Nuggies and Fries just dodged just in time. The world is finally here to put some big shells in. Kills off Nuggies and Fries. T-Bag into C, but I'm not sure if they have enough hit points to shield. But at the moment, Tommy is trying to stay safe with the carcasses. Pink Puff is looking to put a shell in. He did! No, it's actually Ruler putting that shell in. That was important. I am Red Tank. And the world looking to shut down. Pink Puff is good ram there from the world. The hit point still in favor of E7. But C is getting captured by T-Bag. He's coming back to support. Gamma is getting A. Pink Puff is now dead. Oh, it's now going to be a one for this run right here. T-Bag shutting down Ruler. That was a big miss right here from Ruler. And T-Bag will be getting Ruler out of this game. Yes. It's now 3 versus 3. RN has done a great job in making a comeback here. They didn't fluster at all. I think the focus fire was brilliant. And what a shell that was from Nitroglycerin onto T-Bag. That hurts. I don't think he is fine about that. T-Bag is going to get unsported for now, but it really depends. The VK72.01 can absolutely unleash their clips, unleash the high alpha. This can matter a lot. E7 got 2 caps compared to R with only 1. Suppressors onto RN now. Gamma needs to stay alive. He's a one-shot. I'm Red Tank. Now a one-shot. I'm Red Tank needs to stay alive. The world receiving a hit here. E7 is doing a fantastic job. Phenomenal stuff. And Red Tank is now dead. That was an important kill. That means E7 win the first game. RN, despite that late comeback, wasn't quite enough because they lost hit points. They were down by around 1,000 to 2,000 hit points. And that means E7 great start. 3 tanks, Sumo and TK. RN 3 tanks, Sumo and TK. And we are on to the second game. Alpin start. Oh, sorry, I should have said start earlier on the stream, but I have said start in the chat, so... Oh gosh. Someone's entry is going to be nullified, voided. You need to watch from Portugal. Where are my keys? No keys for every single one of you. No. So here we go, 10 seconds left to go. Alpha and the world. Double mouse. Tommy, I am Red 10. Double T185. T-Bag, Focus Light. Double IS4. We'll find out soon. E7, double E100 by Gamma, Pink Puppets, double Crown, 7 Ruler and Chromatrox, Nuggies Rise, Nitroglycerin, double T110E5, snap backwards, will be knocked backwards in the Wicked Slide. So, we'll see. Where do we go? RN, south side, E7, north side. Yeah, the right order. So fantastic stuff. Heading up high, we will see RN going mostly to C compared to A this time, but absolutely north side you have the cap. You have the advantage of getting a cap earlier than the south side. Oh, that backwards, getting a little bit oopsie. He lost 12 hit points, but that's very, very tiny. A is going to be captured, and look how long it takes for T-Back to get into C. I mean, he is in full speed. And this is why Alpenstadt north side is more superior than the south side. If you only talk about caps though, if we talk about kills and training and so on, positioning wise, I think south side not that much different on the sea side, but north side on the north side, the south on the northwestern corner, south side doesn't have that much of an advantage. I think north side has better positions. So Alpha is going to hold in the mouse near B, knock backwards, going very aggressively in that Vicky's Light in that bush, trying to get spots up. But it's going to be RN that needs to make a rotation. W100s, not the best armor, great Alpha, but low DPM. And obviously they should be the tanks that should be far forward like the mouses, because they can rotate. And that means RN, if they got evil hundreds, they could actually go back to their spawn and rotate from there instead, which means evil hundreds would take a long time to rotate to the other side. But RN just simply, absolutely decisive call. Gamma unable to put a shell into the world. Oh man, he is going to be under a lot of trouble, but Alpha is going into B at the same time. Great move from RN. Gamma is killed. Peng Puffin is going to be the next tank down potentially, but the Crown Wagon 7 Ruler is there to shut the tanks down. Dark 6 is going to put a shot into Peng Puffins, but he doesn't care at all because Ruler is going to reload his clip, and Peng Puffins will be the next tank down. Hit point still in favor of E7. Alpha is holding on as long as he could with Peng Puffins down. Now 7 versus 6 with 5 tanks still very healthy for E7, but Alpha is going to go down. Dark 6 is going to go down. Alpha needs to put a shell in, but I think he didn't put a shell. I think he bounced all of his shells. Puts a shell into nitroglycerin. The world is looking for nitroglycerin now. And Nuggies and Fries dropped the reactive armor. RN, they've started well. They need to continue doing so. B is captured by E7. That will buy some time for E7. They still have the hit point bully though. And now we need to find a way to shut the tanks down. It'll be hard to find a focus for RN. E7 knows which tanks to focus for. Dark 6 now down. Tanks, guns are now even. So RN, despite the lead they have at the start, it's going to be quite close. In fact, RN is trying to get B, but they are losing a lot of hit points here. So the initial push from RN didn't quite work out in the end. Nitroglycerin is going to go down. B's now getting captured. That's going to be important. But Nitroglycerin is now one shot with RN. T-Back going for A. Nat backwards is now dead in the Vicky's Light. That is an important kill. But Zatku is also dead. Red Tank's looking for a Nitroglycerin. Great kill here. And the world is looking for Nuggies and Fries. That's the focus. Great track shot there. Max roll into Nuggies and Fries as well. T-Back is toying. Great ram right here into Nuggies and Fries. Red Tank is holding on as long as he could, but he has to run away because Chromatrox looking to kill him off. T-Back is going to play with Saber Ruler. The cap points are now in favor of RN right now, but Red Tank is killed. If T-Back is killed as well, who knows what's going to happen, but E7, they have to kill off both T-Back and also Chromatrox. This is still really close call, but the 7 Ruler, will he be able to put a full clip into T-Back? Not in time. RN will get the second game. Well done. That last minute there was one of the best games I've ever seen so far. Goes on to show how skillful RN is. Gives me EG endgame vibes, obviously, but not that kind of vibes you saw yesterday. More like the dominant endgame individual brilliance you see. RN, they have done it. RN 3 tanks to Monstercat. E7. 4 tanks still more than 3k. It's not enough for E7 to pull it back, and RN snatches it from the dying moments. So well done. Oh, thank you, Mutsu, for compiling the list of winners here. I'm going to announce after the stream, so stay tight. Alright, so we are now on Hellas. Alpha in the ice fall alongside the Dark 6. RN is going with Tommy and Iron Red Tank, Double Team 185, T-Back, Vickers Light, Double Crown Bargain, Zapku, and the World. E7 triple. Wait, are they going with 6? No, it's 7. Don't worry, guys. It's not 6. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about 6. Sorry, that was a very terrible pun. I apologize. YouTube don't demonetize me. Nuggets and Fries, IS4s, Double Crown Bargains, Chromatrox, Nat, Backwards, Puffins, T22, Triple T125s, Ruler and Maddox, and Nitro Glycerin. Fun days is the RN, Red Team. So far, 1-1 to both teams. They really won it really hard. But T-Back is going to get some spots in that Vegas Light. He's going to get C probably. Yeah, he's going to stay in C. Not getting spots up. They might have wasted the Vegas Light there, but that tank would get the cap lead for our end, so maybe that not all is lost. But at the moment, E7 got the spots up, so they will be able to get some crossfire in. But RN, they got B, they got cap lead. E7 needs to rotate here. They can get both A and C, but C is getting the attention from RN. Alpha is trying his hand on C, but will it work? It's going to be hard, so I say they have cap lead, they don't have to try for that. A is getting captured by E7, but that would not help too much. Would mean that E7 just need 1 kill to swing it back to the favor. RN still has a cap lead though, so still it's going to be E7 that needs to make a move. Oh, great shot into Peng Puffins and Nitro Glycerin here. Ruler is pulling back, dropping his speed boost. I think, oh, he is tracked. Bargains hanging on. Alpha near C. E7 is now figuring out a way, but by no means RN. They are very spread out, so chances are E7, if they realize this, this could spell trouble for RN. I'm not totally comfortable with what RN is now putting out, especially when Tommy's so far at the back like that. I think if Tommy gets rushed, or if these 3 tanks getting rushed here, will the T125s have enough time to come into support? Do note that Crown Vargas don't have the reactive armor, so if E7 decides to shut a Crown Vargas down, it could take like seconds to do so. Very quick and painful indeed. B is it's still very stealth gameplay, and E7 is really looking to find the weak point in RN. But I would say RN quite worried whether this defensive setup will work. But E7 has to stop dropping unnecessary hit points. Nuggets and Fries dropping quite a lot of hit points. Nuggets and Fries is calling for potentially. I don't know what he's trying to achieve here. C is getting captured by RN. Oh, that will elicit a response from E7,
They're trying to shut down Alpha. It's now going to be the E5s. Are they too far behind to support these tanks here? Alpha is going in front. It's going away. Great job by Alpha here. But E7 now down by more than 2,000 hit points. They need to start killing a tank now. Alpha is now isolated. But Battle's is also really, really low. This is really tight. But B is now getting abandoned by E7 here. Hit points is still in favor of RN, but the cap points are in favor of RN as well. We go back into this area here. The world is looking for the backside of Maddox. Great AT shell right here. Zatku is killed. And the world is looking for another time. Maddox is killed by Iron Brett. Great communication right here. Nuggies and Fries is going to be very, very low. Alpha is a one-shot. With Alpha now dead, it's now 5 versus 6. Hit points are now in favor of E7 though. But the cap points are also in favor of E7. This is really, really tense. Our end potentially loses one. Dark 6 also killed. How did E7 come back from this one? I have no idea. But T-Bag is still really healthy. He needs to get the tanks out of the game, out of the equation. Ruler's now dead, so RN's gradually coming out on top. Over to the southeastern corner here. But there are so many one-shots for E7. T-Bag. E7 Chromatrox trying to get C. The focus is on Chromatrox here, but the world is going to reload. Or maybe he's going for Nuggies and Fries. Or he's just waiting for his clip to reload here. Chromatrox tracks Tommy. Great track shot here, but Iron Bread Tank's looking for Chromatrox. Great shot here, but Tommy's going to be down very soon. A's getting captured by T-Bag. That means E7, they have very little time. They have to kill all the tanks here now. The world is in a world of pain. Pink Puffins is going to kill off the Iron Bread Tank. Miss! It is! And Nitroglycerin kills off Iron Bread Tank. The hit points are in favor of E7. But the world kills off Chromatrox. The world is looking for Nuggies and Fries. Great shot here. I think he needs to ram Nuggies and Fries, but can't quite get it. T-Bag still very far behind. But RN, with that cap on A, would mean they will get the next game. E7 unable to finish the tanks quickly enough. Pink Puffins trampling onto the Crumb Bargain. Wow, what a tight and tense game. That capture on A made the difference here. T-Bag, it is a really, really bold call. I think it could have backfired, but E7 unable to kill off the tanks there with the number of tanks, the number of guns they possess. That was a clutch, I would say, from our end. E7, they would be punching their table right now. How did they let this one go under their grasp? And we are back on Hellas. What a game. I said stop already. Thank you, Mutsu, for compiling a list so I can announce the winners. I will double check probably, but maybe not. Because there are not a lot of entries tonight. I might do something different tomorrow because of the number of entries I'm getting. So here we go. RN Double IS4 by Alpha and Tommy. I'm Brett Tank, T135, T-Bag for this light. I don't want to announce the lineup, sorry. Second game on Hellas. Triple IS4, Double Crown, a T125, Vicus Light, E7, Double Crown, a T22, Triple E5, and an IS4. RN. I think this is a lot less comfortable than they are in the first game. In the first game, yes. I mean the last two, they pretty much clutched it at the end. But that goes on to show that RN is really strong when it comes to making decisions. That could be the main difference here. But by no means are RN comfortable sailing through against E7 this time. E7 looking better than they are in the first game, obviously buoyed by the fact that they won against GV after being 2-0 down. Peng Puffins King B, that's always a good thing. Good start for E7, getting a cap lead. I'm Brett Tank spotted E7, just have to sit back and defend that backwards, taking some hits here. So that means I will have around 1000 hit points of advantage. T-Back's going for C. Ooh, I am Brett Tank getting shot at, but great shot into Ruler as well. T-Back's going for C, but I don't think he's going to get it. I think the tanks from E7, the T125 is going to reset C. So T-Back has made a great decision to not cap it. He's trying to run away, and he's going to run away safely. So well done to RN. Zatku is going into the corner to support the tanks of I'm Brett Tank and the Dark 6. Alpha, great shot into the Nuggets and Fries. I'm Brett Tank taking more hits. He's in a bit of trouble. Taking even more hits. RN still leading by hit points, but not by much. E7 is trying to get C. That will put RN under some pressure here. Oh, still really close. E7 Alpha playing great shot into nitroglycerin. And RN is making a bold call to push, but it worked. Hit points are now neck and neck, and now in favor of E7. Oh, I think E7 is now making a bold call. Great call to push. The Dark 60 is now very low. One shot killed by Nuggets and Fries. Chromatrox coming in to shut down Tommy potentially. But we're seeing more action happening in this area here. I'm Brett Tank and Zatku are now very low. This time, E7 is doing a lot better than E7. Zatku is now dead. I'm Brett Tank is trying to get into the water to buy as much time as possible. Meanwhile, Tommy, T-Back, and Alpha is trying to deal with Nuggets and Fries. But with I'm Brett Tank out of the equation, the world is going to be next time isolated. And E7, they just have to survive. They have 2 caps. They have a lot more hit points. The world is killed. Tommy is now very low. Nuggets and Fries is also very low. But I don't think that will be enough. RN didn't have any cap. And T-Back's now killed with Nuggets and Fries. Going to be killed by Tommy soon. And that means E7 is going to win this one. It's going to be a tiebreaker. Great job by E7. And they got it. It's 2-2. Game on once again. So I think we are getting tiebreakers all the time. Apart from the first game, I think it was 3-1 for RN. So RN, Alpha doing more than 3k, but E7, great job. Really shutting down RN's isolated tanks out in the isolated and exposed tanks. 6 tanks more than 2k. Great communication, great core, great focus fire priority that is shown by E7. It's still really close. I have no idea what's going to happen. We are now on to Port Bay. Will Mapbox gets another scoreline correctly? That will be an achievement if Mapbox got 3 scorelines correctly on the stream. Well, that would be amazing. And the Feast against ID. ID has won against Feast 3-0. That was a turnaround. We were not expecting that. ID is going to be finding out whether it's going to be RN or E7. If E7 wins this one, ID will face RN. If RN wins this one, RN will face Feast, and ID will face E7. Okay. On the other hand, Port Bay is a map, as I said, quite different in terms of which area you want to go for. If you want to go for northeastern corner, you want to take mediums or lights and hold down tanks, a lot more terrain. On the other side, A and B, you want to go for heavily armored tanks like IS-4 and Mouse and E100 because it's totally flat. And mediums and lights, you only want to take 1, not 2 or 3, because really
getting spots is important, but running around on flat ground, you will show your lower glasses, and usually that means easy shots for the enemies. And will it be another ruthless game from E7? We'll find out soon. RN versus E7 tiebreaker on Port Bay. Hand up high. RN, red team, north spawn. E7, blue team, south spawn. RN is committing mostly to A, but the world is going to get into the coast stacks. If we head over to see what's going to happen there, he's not getting shot at. E7 knows they can't go for A. The world is there to stop it from happening. But look at that, the world is going to put a shot into the world, into that backwards. Bounce! Not a good shot, not a good start right here. But he can hold down with the coast stacks. But another great shot, but Nat backwards. Oh, Nat backwards. He's going to go into the coast stacks. Great shot once again, but it's a bounce this time. 1 versus 1 brawl it is. We're going to follow this one for a long time. Great shot into Nat backwards once again, but now he's getting double tapped. He needs support. Our end needs to put support, but Hori is taken out already. And our end is probably falling apart. The world is in world of pain, but great kill onto that backwards. But will that be enough? The world is now very low. Chromatross is the focus for our end, but it's now 6 vs 6 with Dark 6 also dead. E7 is coming out on top here, and Chromatrox is now very low. The world killed by 7 ruler, and Zatku's coming in. He is still really healthy, 4 really healthy tanks compared to 6 tanks. Nuggies and Fries now dead, and Nitroglycerin, his clip is now full. T-Bag still really far behind, but still really healthy, so everything could still happen at this stage. Ruler is now going back into the coast stacks. E7 is coming on top. Yuritard is coming in to unleash his DPM, but the focus is now on Yuritard here. Oh, he crashed into the depot. That's not good. Tommy's looking to push out into Yuritard, and he's going to do so, but it's a track shot. Oh, but great shot from Alpha into Yuritard. Zatku is not going to wait until his second clip, and Yuritard is now a one shot, but Zaku is going to be killed. It's now 3 vs 4. Tommy's also killed, 2 vs 4 now. T-Bag still really healthy, but this is surely going to be E7 this time. Great shot onto T-Bag, and that means E7 will face Feast, and RN will face ID. Well done to E7, and T-Bag's now killed. Alpha is the last person standing, which means Mapbox jinxed RN and also Feast. Alpha is now the last man standing. Great shot into 7 ruler, and you can't do 1 vs 3 in a mouse, sadly. But RN almost there. Almost there. But this is obviously a good news for E7, coming 6th in the Cups leaderboard, and now the top of the leaderboard in Group 2. They will be facing Feast tomorrow, and ID will be facing RN next. So job well done to E7. That was a big turnaround for them, and RN needs to figure out once again how to approach the games. I think they got a little bit exhausted towards the end, and obviously those 2 clutches, they are very exhausting in fact, and the E7 just grew into the game. Also exhausting for them, but they grew into the game because they were boiled by that win against GV. 4 tanks doing more than 2k for E7. RN 2 tanks doing more than 2k. So well done to E7 and Mapbox, failing in the last game, pretty much.
So Challengers Tournament. Oh, NQE7 got the first place. Oh, the 3-0 against ECG. NQE7. Bad Box checks all the teams tonight. One Cam 1 3-0. Also, it's at the moment NQE7 on a Grand Slam, but ECG losing to the 0-3. That means they will face NQE7 next. They are not entirely certain that they're going to. It's still not the best though, because ECG is tipped to be the front runner of the Challengers tournament. They need a good win against NQE7. They will be facing Cam 1 tomorrow. So that means it was wrong. So I got all the grand final results wrong. Now Madbox, you can we cannot, give too much credit to Madbox now. Madbox, great start, but that really snowballed against you now. I'm sorry to say Kai Mark, but Corey didn't get nice damage. He got taken out very early on in the game. And that he only did 561 damage, so yikes. Okay, so let me announce the giveaway winners as well. I'm just going to adjust the screen. Thank you very much for Mutsu for compiling the list. But let me just go into here once again. Yeah, mouse is nothing when I learn I could be Parveen. Okay. So I'm going to get the names up here. Okay, here is the winners for the. Here are the winners for the giveaway. So congratulations to Zero, Midori, Stop Playing Blitz, Sark, Matsu, Dimitri, Sevilla, XDDDDDD, XDDDDDD. Is that IGN? Does the IGN exist? I have to find out soon. Oops, I killed you. Congratulations. We'll have Annihilator and Ravidly as well. So so congratulations to giveaway. We'll do another giveaway tonight of the same format. Eminet will be with me, so Eminet will not be streaming on her channel, but on my channel, she will be joining me on the commentary as well. Tomorrow on the Asia server, there will be a different method for giveaway. So thank you all for watching, guys, and Abox, you almost got it. The first 2 games done really well. Just the last hurdle we didn't do well. So this is the Challengers Tournament group stage, the 3-0 ECG, and we have Cam1 losing to NQE703. Okay, and tomorrow I will also be chasing teams. And we will know who will get home the 400 US dollars. Will take home the 400 US dollars. I have no idea what happened to Rory. I don't remember it's a tank that is easily ammo wrecked. So thank you very much for. Remember to like and subscribe to the stream if you haven't already, and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.